Hi, this is Clay, and I'm the creator of ShedSpace. It's a website and soon-to-be app that will track your practice as a musician. No matter what kind of instrument or how many you play, it will track multiples and allow you to categorize your practice items and your practice routines into really nice components that you can repeat over and over and track and check your progress. So the way it works is when you first come into ShedSpace, you're given the ability to just quickly start a practice session. But as a new user, you want to build your library of what you want to practice first. So you would click over on the library tab and you can create categories and practice items. And practice items can get pretty detailed. They can include attachments, so whether they be images, PDFs, MP3 files, WAV files, and then also you could, in the description, you could paste YouTube links, you could paste Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Bandcamp, all of the different services, and it will embed that into the description. So let me just show you an example of a couple things. So let me just show you an example of adding a category and a practice item. So if I add a category, and let's say it's song repertoire, and we'll give it color green, and we'll create our category. And then it has 0 items right now, so we're going to add a practice item. And let's say we're trying to learn the song The Distance by Cake. So we'll put The Distance, and we'll put it under song repertoire. And I happen to have a link to the Spotify share over here conveniently on my other screen that I'll just paste in here. If I had some notation, PDFs, I could also add it in here as well. And then I'll click Create Item. And there we've got The Distance. So now if I go over to Practice, and let's say that's the only thing I'm practicing today. So I clicked Start Practice, and now I've got an empty practice session. And I'm going to click Add to Session. And let's choose The Distance. And then let me add a couple more here, just to show you what it looks like when it's fully. So we've got several items here, but let's say I'm going to do the verse to ramble on after I do the pentatonics exercise. So I'll just put these in order. So when I click on The Distance, as you can see here, we've got the embed from Spotify, which I can click play on right away. The play button here will actually time me as I'm practicing. So I hit the play button, it accumulates time up here on the top and within this individual practice. So it also has a built-in metronome. So if I wanted to, I could have my metronome here. I could set the BPM, I can set the volume, I can set the time signature, and then I can also change the beats, where the beats are emphasized or where they cut out on this. So let's just change this back to 4/4. And another feature is I could save this setting. So it saves it to this practice item right here. So the next time I come to this, it will recall this actual BPM on there. And so then I can just play it right here, and the track starts to play. I can put some session notes. So when next time I come in, it'll tell me, here's what happened last time. So that's kind of nice. And then when I'm done, I can just check it off of my list here and go to the next one. This one happens to be a YouTube video, which will play in a pop-up, and I can follow that along as well as play. And then you can see my accumulative time is right here, and then I can end my session. So that is starting to practice along with just some practice items. But if you're like me, you practice kind of the same routine for the entire week. So that's why we came up with practice plans, where you could create a plan that is kind of a preset or pre-baked set of items. So you don't have to go in and add the items every time you sit down to practice. You can say, this is what I'm doing this week. I'm just going to start a practice session right here. And then let me end this session right here. And then we'll go ahead and start this practice session. And you can see it just brought in those pre-done practice items. Okay. And then there's the practice log. Now I don't have a lot in here because this is a test user, but in here it will show you exactly what you did and on which dates. So this one happens to show my session from today, or actually that's the active session, and down here. So you also have the ability to go into settings and change out whether you're in dark mode or light mode. I prefer dark. You can add additional instruments. So if you want to track your banjo playing as well, you can add banjo up here, and you can see you can switch from each instrument back and forth. So that's it in a nutshell. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll talk to you soon.